Yo, what is up guys? Sam Pack here, back with another video, and today we're going to take a look at the Anthros Chair. And if you guys don't know who Anthros is yet, they're an office chair company that's disrupting the chair market right now because of their innovative and scientific back chair. And they're the official sponsor of ESL, which is the largest esports broadcasting company right now. So for a company like that to be backed by Anthros, it speaks volumes. So I got this chair back in March last year, and you guys have probably seen this in my desk setup for quite some time, but I haven't really released a review video on it for multiple reasons. I felt that 1 to 2 months was just not enough time to really know if this chair works as it should, and I just needed more time with it and spend the actual hours using this chair to see if it really fixes your posture. And a lot of times these products say they're supposed to help you with something or fix an issue, so my initial thoughts is, what's the catch? Or is it just some placebo effect? But this chair has been backed with a lot of medical and scientific research from over 70 plus years of combined experience. So that's why I wanted to spend a long period of time with this chair to see if it's worth the investment. And the Anthros chair is priced up there with Herman Miller, Steelcase, Hawthorne, you name it, all the top office chair brands. So why would you go with this chair that you've never heard before? And after over a year using this chair daily, I honestly can say that I don't think I could ever go to my Herman Miller Aeron ever again. And I'll explain why later in the video, comparing why I like the Anthros over the Aeron or even in the Embody. So looking at this chair itself, it almost looks like a chair that you would see at a doctor's office or a chair you would see at a hospital. However, they added a lot of options so that you can customize the look of it. So if you want to go for that more gamer style chair, you can do that as well. Or if you want that more conservative, minimalist style chair, this is definitely my favorite combination. It has the white oak accent in the back paired with the light gray fabric material and this off-white frame. And this chair can come with either 4 or 5 leg options. I prefer the 5 leg one just because the 4 leg is fixed, so you actually can't rotate the legs around, but the 5 leg option you can, and I would definitely go with this option instead. And this comes with adjustable armrests that can go up or down, side to side, front or back, or rotate them in and out. I really have no complaints about the armrests. They feel pretty standard. They support my arms perfectly, or if you want to get rid of them completely, these come off as well. The chair cushion is made out of memory foam instead of mesh, and I think this is more comfortable than mesh. However, the trade-off is that the seat does get a lot hotter than mesh material, so I would say if you don't like sitting in a hot seat, they do have an option for a leather seat instead, but even still it will be hotter than a mesh seat obviously. But for me, that trade-off sometimes works for my own benefit because it forces you to stand up once in a while. So for me, it's a nice reset to get up and stretch, but for some people it might think it's annoying. And the biggest thing that they did with the seat cushion is that it's almost perfectly designed for anyone's butt. They carved the seat cushion towards the back so that it alleviates the pressure from your tailbone and pelvis so that you're able to sit on the chair for longer periods of time without straining your lower back. But I will talk about what I dislike about this cushion later in the video. Although it does seem perfect, it might not be a perfect fit for everyone. And moving up towards the main reason why you would purchase this chair is the pelvis support. And I think this is what sets apart from any other ergonomic chairs out there on the market today. Anthros introduces a pelvis support, not a lumbar support. On every ergonomic chair you've probably seen, the buzzword is, oh, lumbar this, lumbar that, oh, this lumbar support is going to support your back, yada yada yada. But in reality, lumbar support is actually just really pushing your lower back into this S-line, and long term this is actually going to hurt your lower back more than it's supported. However, with this pelvis support, this supports your whole entire pelvis system to help distribute the weight and alleviates the lower back stress, and the S-line is automatically shaped with your back because of that pelvis system along with that top section of the chair. And this is one of the most important things for an ergonomic chair because as you can see, while I'm in the Aeron chair, look how poorly my posture is while I'm sitting at the desk. And imagine doing that for, I don't know, 4 to 5 hours straight, and think about your 8-hour work days. And over days, months, years, you're gonna have such a bad lower back problem, and it's because you've been sitting like this for years. But because of the pelvis support, now this part is helping carrying some of that lower body weight and also aligning your back so that it's in that S-line shape, so you're gonna have a much healthier back and way less back pain. And I can say after my 1 year of using this chair, this has helped me tremendously. And to be honest, when you first sit in this chair, you're actually gonna feel very uncomfortable. You're gonna feel like there's more pain in your lower back at first, and majority of that is because your body's not used to sitting in this kind of position, so it's gonna be hurtful. But over time your body's gonna adjust and it's gonna fit really nicely into that pelvis support, and within weeks this chair is gonna feel like the best thing in the world. world. Because for me, it took a bit of a time to just really adjust to the chair, and I didn't realize how bad my posture was while I was sitting. So just know that going in, when you're trying out this chair for the first time, don't give up on it, because the end result is going to be really worth it. And also having this top portion of the chair being adjustable, now your chest can be straight out and not be curved or in this hunched position. And as you can see, while I'm in the Aeron chair, I have to forcefully position myself to be in this S-line curve, and there's no way to make this chair to do that for you. So you can't bring this top position forward so that you're sitting straight, but the Anthro does. And one thing I mentioned to Anthros is, why doesn't this chair have a headrest if you're aiming to be an ergonomic chair? And the simple answer is that you honestly don't even need it. I came to the conclusion with this one myself, because the top portion of the chair is pushing your chest out forward, so your head is naturally facing straight and you're never in this turtleneck position. And if you are in that turtleneck position, you will catch yourself pretty fast, because the top portion won't allow you to do that, and if you do, you're actually going to feel more uncomfortable. So it's a good indicator for that. So having the chair do a lot of the alignment for your body while you're sitting is just a game changer. It's not just for you to sit in any position that you want, but putting you in a position where you're not damaging your body over time. So one of the questions you guys probably have is, how long can you sit in this chair for? And I really think that depends on each person, but for me personally, I can probably sit in this chair for about 1 to 2 hours straight without feeling some kind of fatigue or heat from the seat. But I saw other reviewers say that they can go for hours, but for me, realistically, 1 to 2 hours is probably my max before I have to need to stand, stretch, or because my butt got too hot, so I gotta stand and air it out basically. And sometimes my pelvis does get a little bit fatigued, and honestly, I suggest not sitting for more than 2 hours straight anyway, because it's just not good for you. And that brings me to my next section, where I'll talk about the things that need improvement or things that I didn't really like about the chair. So going back to my pelvis fatigue, so I'm 5'7", 205 pounds, so for me, the back part of the seat feels a little bit too deep for me. So it seems like the chair would be perfect for people who are 5'11" to 6 foot, but for me, it feels like my body is kind of caving into the seat cushion, and all the pain starts going into my hip area because it feels like I'm sinking into the chair. So over time, I always have to readjust my body to kind of let the memory foam reform itself, because maybe I'm just really fat and over time the foam is deflating basically. I don't know, maybe that's the issue. But the second issue is that I felt some discomfort in the front end of the chair, and if you guys can see, there's a bit of a front bump at the edge of the chair, and over time it just gets a little bit uncomfortable. And I have mentioned both of these things to Anthros, and luckily I've heard back from them, so they're actually going to be announcing something really huge very soon to address these issues, so just stay tuned for that. The last issue is heat. I did mention this in the beginning, and it's not really a big deal breaker for me because my basement is actually pretty cool, but when I had this chair upstairs in the office during the summers, it did get really hot, especially when my gaming PC was heating up the whole entire room. Mesh material is definitely nice and breathable, which is why a lot of companies use this material so that heat can dissipate and you can sit on a chair for a longer period of time. But 100% agree with Anthros' decision to go with the memory foam because it's way more comfortable than the mesh. However, the trade-off is obviously the heat. So like I said, not a deal breaker for me anymore because my studio space is a lot colder, but it is definitely something to consider for you guys. But other than that, those are my issues that I had. Everything else was really good. I had no other complaints about the chair. So let me show you guys quickly how to properly dial your chair in. So first you got to make sure everything is all resetted and sit in a chair as you would sit as straight as possible. Then make sure your feet is flat to the ground and adjust the height of the chair. Then use this knob to tighten the pelvis support. You can go a bit tighter if you want, but personally for me, I don't like it too tight, but tighter than normal. Then use the other knob for the top piece and make sure it supports your spine sitting up straight. It's gonna feel a little awkward and uncomfortable at first, but it's because your body's not used to it yet. And that's it, you're fully calibrated and ready to work. And also, I forgot to mention that you can actually use this knob to lean your chair all the way back, and while you're in that lean back position, you can lock the knob, and now you're in this 16-degree angle position. So overall thoughts on this chair: if you guys are working from home and looking for that perfect chair to alleviate your lower back and help fix your posture, this chair is definitely the chair to invest in. I know, especially right now where every dollar counts and whatever money you put in, you want to make sure you get the absolute maximum value in. I really do think this chair is one of them, and I don't say that lightly, and I really do believe this chair helped my posture a lot, and especially being more conscious. And if you guys think this is too expensive to purchase, just think about all the future doctor visits you might have, and also all the medical issues that might come out throughout the years because of your back pain or spinal neck issues. And you can also purchase this chair with a HSA or FSA account as long as you have a letter of medical necessity. So especially those who have scoliosis, this might be the perfect chair for you. And my wife actually has and still suffers from scoliosis, so this chair is going to be perfect for her. Anthros also has a 30-day return policy, so if you don't like the chair, you can always return it hassle-free. And they also have open box chairs that you can purchase from for a great discount, and I'll leave all my affiliate links down below, and if there's a code available, I'll leave that as well. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about the chair or want to know more about my personal experience with it, just comment down below. I'll try to respond back to every single one of you guys. But yeah, this is the most perfect ergonomic chair that I've ever tried so far in my life, and I'm going to continue to be rocking with this chair for a while. But until next time, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.